Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. You're watching the best channel in the world, I Read 'em. Today we have another episode of rSLASH entitled Parent, and before we start, please make sure you like, comment, subscribe, click the bell icon and check out links in the description for more videos. Thanks. Anyway, let's go on with the story. Entitled Dad abuses being a teacher so he can harass a fellow teacher for giving his lazy son plus points so his lazy son could pass. Hello. First, I apologise for the length. This story happened about a year ago, spanning from mid-2019 to early 2020. For a bit of backstory, my mother is a high school teacher. She's been teaching for more than 22 years. When the senior/junior high was implemented into our education system, the high school teaching staff had been divided into junior and senior high. The division is basically something like a teacher's guild, where they pool in money so the teachers could get a loan. They can pay it back over time with a very small amount of interest. It's helpful because with a teacher's salary of around 20 to 30k Filipino, I think, $400 to $600, I think, a month, it's not going to be enough when you're supporting your family, parents, kids going to college, etc. I forgot what it's called, but it helps since money could get right. These two factions have different policies and there was beef between them. This part is important. Anyway, it all started with this lazy ass student. Let's call him Lazy Bum. Lazy Bum was almost always late for class, used his phone in class. I know you can be allowed, but where I'm from it's more of an unspoken rule and a common courtesy not to use it for gaming or watching YouTube videos. It's chill in college, but in high school, definitely not a bueno. Rarely passed his schoolwork, and on the rare chance that he did his schoolwork, it was utterly rubbish, not to mention almost all of his worksheets had failing marks. Now, teachers have the liberty to change the grade by giving students incentives. For example, need to boost your grade 2 points? Do special project like writing an essay or term paper, or heck, taking a specialised quiz. My mum is a very straight-laced person, and no, she does not accept bribes or any other favours. If you want that, plus she'll give you a chance, but you'll work for it. Brat's grade was 73 or so. The passing grade is 75. My mum, since the majority of the class worked really hard on their reports, decided to give them all plus points. So Brat's grade went from 73 to 74 on the card. The idea here is, even if he fails the first semester, he'll pass next semester if he gets a 76, which is very easy to get. You literally just have to pass all your requirements properly. In steps ED. ED is a teacher, a colleague of my mum, who worked at the junior division. He goes to the faculty room. My godmother, who saw him with my mother's deputy head, and he said something that was mildly threatening and stalked off. He had brought my mum's boss with him and demanded her to explain herself. This is only from what I remember, the conversation transcript being as I can't find the actual document. ED. Why did you change my son's grade? Mum. Change his grade? ED. Yes, you were picking on him because it's my son. Mum. Who? ED. Brat, he's my son. Mum. I didn't even know you were related. I have 3 other students with the same last name as you and your son, and so I didn't know. If you're talking about his 73 turned 74, it's because your son is failing my class and it would be easier for him to pass next semester. ED. So you manipulated his grades? Show me his grades, it should be a 75. Mum. So you're telling me to make his grade a 75 for a passing grade, which by your son's performance he does not deserve? Also, I'm in no position to show you my grading sheet. You're not entitled to that. Besides, I've already submitted the hard and soft copies. You can ask for it from the department head. ED. He deserves it. My son told me that you pick on him during class. Might I remind everyone that Brat is absolutely lazy. I've seen his last term portfolio, which is basically just a compilation of all the quizzes and exams, a reflection paper for every lesson that's at least a paragraph long, and he submits 2 failed quizzes and 1 failed C work. No reflections, no nothing. Not even paperclip to the folder. It was just a plain folder, no name, just those 3 sheets of paper inside. He deserves to pass, guys. Back to the story. My mum was just about done with his BS and told him that he had asked nicely, she probably would reconsider, but he insisted on shouting at her face. Remember that her boss was there? She was in junior faction. This is important. He stormed off in a huff and like every villain in a superhero movie and said he'll be back. And boy did he come back. There was a meeting/trial between the head of Ontros and the junior and senior department groups, with my mum as the accused. Here's the thing, it was rigged. Half the people on senior weren't there, and the ones that were there had little to no knowledge about school laws around school policies, etc. And Edie had this sweet, innocent voice appealing that my mum was abusing her powers as a teacher, even showing proof via recording of the statement of the unnamed student of my mum scolding his son because of his misbehaviour in class. Sleeping during class. It was called off for further investigation, but he did write up a complaint positioning my mother to be removed. It devastated my mum and godmother, as I pretty much figured out why he was doing this. He wanted the senior staff faction gone. He was attacking them the only way he knew, which was breaking the credibility of their members, so the principal would dissolve them and the senior teachers would need to join the junior teachers. Edie was not the leader of the junior faction, but he acted like he was. He called the shots, made rules, but he wasn't even an officer. He sent a complaint to my mum, demanding she write a written apology for a misconduct, or he'll tell the higher-ups. My mum's boss didn't really do a good job of backing her up, but she didn't like his conduct, so she helped her a bit. Providing my mother with screenshots of messages, some of which he threatens my mother snidely and subtly. I was livid. This fricker had the audacity to yell at my mum in front of her boss, humiliate her in public, and then demand she apologise or would try to get her fired. Wonderful. So I went to work. His complaint was basically these: teacher altered grade, teacher disrespects him as a parent. I wrote the response and counter-complaint. I'm no lawyer, and even though I butt heads with my mum half the time, she can be a bit entitled when dealing with me, and I don't let her get away with her bull, so we argue. She's still my mum, and I love her, and I would kill to keep her safe. My response to the complaint were these: teacher has a privilege to giving incentives. Parents must strictly follow the protocol where they must first talk to the teacher involved before escalating it to the teacher's boss or principal. And my complaints were these: Edie abused his position as a teacher to slander my mother. Edie did not follow protocol. Edie used his position as teacher and dad of brat to get a minor statement. Edie abused his position as a parent and got information against my mother, fooling the system. Edie harassed my mother with various messages, with screenshots included. Edie humiliated a teacher and had malicious intent against my mother, accompanied by a witness statement and more screenshots. I never had read so much protocols on school in a span of 1 week, not to mention I only slept 4 hours and had a day just to write it up. In the end though, after another trial, the issue was not handled properly and was dissolved. My mum's rep was only saved because she had a good record and had been working there for so long. Edie continued to lick butt of every higher ranking teaching and administrative staff until they were licking his. I've heard him speak and he is a very charismatic guy. The issue was escalated to the principal twice, but, not gonna lie, the principal was pretty useless and afraid of Edie talking to people in the Department of Education. There were no actual legal steps taken because of aforementioned reasons. During their online meetings, I sometimes hear Edie talk in that smart, sarcastic voice, but when I actually listen to him, he has absolutely no good input. His son is still as lazy as when we last saw his papers, and I really truly hope both him and his dad get what they deserve. TLDR, Edie's son is lazy. Well, if you don't, well, I'm guessing you've realised by now that's Entitled Dad. Entitled Dad's son is lazy and deserves to fail, but my mother decided to give him a chance, and he's not happy with the point she gave his son, so he demanded more and then threatened to get my mum reported to the high-ups to be fired. However, the issue was not resolved because apparently it's complicated. Okay, so that was quite a long story, and what do I think? Yeah, that was a pretty entitled person, that wasn't it? I mean, just because you're a teacher at the school does not mean you have any extra privileges over what grade your son gets. I mean, can he not see through, what his son's saying? I mean, he must know that his son is being lazy, right? But then again, some people literally have no clue and just naturally take their children's side, but he was being really entitled there. Like, threatening the job too. I mean, just because his son is lazy. I mean, how much more entitled could you get, just because, he's my son and I work here at this school, that he should be completely let off the hook and, be able to do what he wants and do as much work as he wants. Yeah, I'm sorry, that's not going to work. If you want to succeed in life, that's not going to work. So yeah, that was today's entitled parent story. Please let me know if you're enjoying these. This is the third video of r/entitled parent, so just leave a comment down below if you're enjoying it, and also please make sure to like, comment, subscribe for more videos. If you don't know why I say click the bell icon, it's because YouTube didn't really notify you that I upload videos. If you actually go onto the homepage of my channel and look at my recent videos, they've only been getting about 50-70 views when I've got 1,220 subscribers, which is an amazing number. But then, you know, that all those people have decided to subscribe for more videos, but YouTube just isn't showing them the video, so that's why please click the bell icon. Then check the Instagram out, I'm still waiting for the first follower, and also please just comment something, you know, because literally no one comments anything, and yeah. So yeah, that's the end of today's video. Thank you for watching, and bye.